Let's make some fun, bright cards out of my favorite nesting dies because you make me smile. So you'll want to stay tuned to the end because I'm going to show a whole bunch of cards made this way. But first we'll look at the process. This is Karen Titus from Stamping on the Back Porch. And the Stitched Shape dies are my absolute most used dies. So today I thought it'd be fun to do some fun, colorful, more geometric type cards. So each of these were cut out like this. I just attach some washi tape, scotch tape, anything works, blue painter's tape. This is to hold them together so that each time you aren't lining them up to make sure they're not going to roll on you. And then when I pop out the end parts, this will still all stay together so I can keep doing this. So I have done, start with here, we have 4 colors done with the circles. The cards I'm going to show you at the end use all of these dies. So in creating these, I have them all just laid up here, and then I just assorted them kind of wherever I wanted them to be. So we're just going to mix up some shapes here. So it's kind of like doing a puzzle. It's very fun to do. And I will just make sure they each have all 4 colors. Now, if I want to go for a different look, it might be fun to alternate just red, yellow. So, but for today's purpose, we're going to do it this way. So I'll have to make sure I get them all. Just want to make sure I handle. So there we are. Now there are 2 ways to put these on, and I have used both. I love using sticker paper because it's already on there, but it can be a little messy. Let me show you that first. So I have some sticker paper. I'm going to pull the sheets off. And now I can start either large to small or small to large. With this, I like to do, if I have my paper cut fairly small, this isn't really very small, I like to start large because I just want to make sure that one gets on my paper. The others don't matter. And then you want to use an old scissors to trim around this because this sticky part is really sticky. I love doing this because it's just so quick and easy, but you can also use cardstock. So if I, or just typing paper, doesn't even need to be cardstock. So here I'm going to just put my, just want to make sure I have glue all over, and I'm not sure how much is in here. So let's see, that could be the, well, if that end isn't working, that's, oh, I have another one here. Oh, I think this one has more in it. Okay, well, perfect. Okay, so I'm going to just make sure I have glue all over my page, or snail, or whatever you want to use for adhesive. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to just line these up. I have more glue there than I need. But you know, when the camera's running and I go for speed. Now I love to make a whole bunch of these. So I made all these different shapes, and when they're all done, I have lots of shapes like this. I put them all in a plastic envelope because then when I have other ideas for using these, I already have these pieces done. I love having what I call my supplies to work with. So then to cut them, I'm just gonna, cut them any ways that I want. So I'm just gonna share here really quickly. So like this is cutting in half, and I can also turn it, cut it in quarters. And let's see, I don't really have a piece of scratch paper here, so I will use this just to show. These particular ones are done with the sticker paper. So now to put it on, I either just leave it, some of them popped up there, I just leave it like this, and I use either dimensionals or glue dots to put them on. If I want to remove my sticker paper, I will just remove it like this. Oh, and I happen to pick one that had 2 sizes here. Okay, and then decide where I'm going to put it on my card. Okay, and now I will layer it like this. Okay, so Easy way, your choice of whatever. And now let's look at a bunch of the ideas with this. I love this card. I think, you know, it's a rainbow. So over here, I just added a little punch. It was a 3/4 inch punch I put in there. These words, I did these with a lot of words from different sets. So I'm sure you have plenty of sentiments at home that are going to be perfect for these cards. I just wanted to go a little bit through the thought process of kind of what I decided fit on a card. This is from So Many Mates. And I love this because you make me smile. Tim and I were talking about what a rainbow means, you know, and it's right now, you know, rainbow in life comes after the rain. So it's just kind of fun. And I thought we always look forward to the hope and the good things that represents. But I love the simplicity of this. And it's just a great, just thinking of you card. This next one is really fun because this is really dramatic and very colorful. Make today ridiculously awesome. And so this was just cut in half. And so out of a circle, I'm going to get 2 rainbow cards. This is basically one circle cut into 4, but I cut 4 different ones so that they would all be different. And then I'll make 4 cards out of it. But isn't that fun? Just gives a really colorful look. These words are right from here. Make today ridiculously awesome. So when I stamped that first just to add to all the color, I stamped it a second time. So this was in Pacific Point, and then I stamped it in real red and just cut that part out, popped that up. And of course I could add gems to more of these. And then I just love this one. Here are 2 half circles and they're just going 2 different ways. So it kind of is a loop like this. And then I took one of the dies that says adventure because I thought this just fit. It's just colorful and fun. And I actually cut this out with the thicker pads, not the sticker sheet, but the thicker, where it comes out, where it's all in stickers too. Can't think of the words. So that's all popped up. Now look at this card. This is basically the same. This is a much more subdued look. And here I just put words, long skinny words, to thank you for all you do from the Rooted in Nature. I love that. And one of the things I love are these 2 long words, and then words are never enough is the other, because I find, as you'll see in these cards, I often want something that's just a thin little stretch across a card. Now also notice this one is complementary colors in terms of if you follow that, the lines keep going. These 2 aren't the same, but the outer 2 rings are reversed. So it's 2 different circles. They're not the same circle, but just in planning the design, I wanted a look that kind of carried that through. Whereas here they change. It's much more of a rainbow look. Next, the first thing this made me think of was a sucker. And maybe if I was really doing a sucker, I might do 1 less, just maybe the 3 because it seemed a little, or a long card. A slimline card, because you know the sticker the stick on my lollipop just seemed like it needed to be a little longer. I was using it as a design element. So, and I wanted just small words then to go across because I have a very small space for my words. So I took, thanks, I just love the little script of this from Queen Anne's Lace. And then just for fun, I have to go through and get a little eraser on some of this. But I just want to do something just bright and colorful. So these are in halves. This is to show you can do just countless designs with these. And then I just put words on the 2 different sides right here. So miss you, and that's out of the well said. I actually put the miss you, I don't have my block right here, just on 1 long block. And I just laid it where I wanted it here and where I want it here, and then just stamped it together. So you know it's just going to be balanced and right where you want it. Okay, now let's look at doing some of the squares. Okay, so here are the squares just done in half and adding 2 together. And this is happy to have you in my life. This is from a So Much Happy. And I love this because it could be happy, so very happy to know you, to celebrate you, happy birthday, so very happy. But I thought this just kind of is just a fun card. And then I did the very same card, but this time cut it in 4. And you'll see these two are 1/2 and these two are 1/2, so they match, and yet the whole thing doesn't match. Now, if the whole thing matched, I'd be turning this into, this kind of reminds me of geometric quilts. So if you're a quilter or no quilter, these are just kind of fun cards. And here, I just put a little tiny thanks. Now, on this one, these were cut in half the long way. I forgot to bring, I thought I had some of my extra ovals out here, so we're just pretending. I have a bunch more of these cut and ready. But these were just cut in half, and then more of these, another shape, and then arranged like this on a slimline card. So of course this could be adapted on that smaller card too, but I just liked how it fit 2 of these. So cutting it that way. Now when I cut it in quarters, so this is taking the squares and cut corner to corner. So you can see the corner to corner. They are cut just like this. So it squares just like this. Cut. And this time, instead of putting them to make a square, I have them just lined up, every other one going across. And then P.S. I love you. It's just a fun word and kind of the right amount, kind of a nice bolder word. That is, again, from this stamp set. Ridiculously awesome. And then one more for the squares. This is really fun. This is a corner piece out of the festive corners. So I took the one that says love you lots, and I just left the square as is, and I freehand cut a heart because it just kind of looked like a folk quilt or a folk something to me. A lot of this kind of looks kind of folky, and I thought that was just kind of fun. I could add some gems to that if I wanted. So those are some ideas for the squares. And then I cut out a bunch of ovals. And see, for the ovals, I did this one. This is just, instead of being cut in half like I was doing with the other shapes, I did it off-centered. So we have a short part under here and a tall part under here. And then for another idea, just cut them in half the long way. So these are being cut this way. These are being cut this way. And again, just a fun geometric pattern. So my question to you is, which is your favorite shape of what I worked with? So hope these are some fun ideas. If you like these, you'll like the next video on the side. Thanks for watching.